ملت فلسطین حق دارد در مقابل دشمنی که خاک او رو تصرف کرده، خانه او رو اشغال کرده، مزرعه او رو ویران کرده، زندگی او رو تباه کرده بایسته. طوفان الاقصی که در سال گذشته همین ایام تقریبا انجام گرفت یک حرکت درست منطقی قانونی بین المللی بود و حق با فلسطینی ها بود. کار درخشان نیروهای مسلح ما در 2 شب قبل هم یک کار کاملا قانونی و مشروع بود. جمهوری اسلامی هر وظیفه‌ای در این زمینه داشته باشد با قدرت و صلابت و قاطعیت انجام خواهد داد.
Since the last few days, Iran and Israel have been involved in a series of attacks against each other, which have almost created a war-like situation between the two nations. And this is not the first time that the two Middle East nations have butted head. See the conflict between the two dates back to 1947. On the 15th of May 1947, Iran, along with other 11 countries, formed the United Nations Special Committee on Palestine, charged to investigate the cause of the conflict in Palestine Mandate, and if possible, devise a solution. Palestine Mandate, or the Mandatory Palestine, was a 1920 geopolitical entity formed by the British colony that controlled the Israel and Palestine territories. On the same year, the committee presented a partition plan for Palestine. Now, according to the partition plan, Palestine would be divided into 3 parts: an Arab state, a Jewish state, and the city of Jerusalem. Iran, along with India and Yugoslavia, opposed the plan, predicting it would lead to an escalation of violence. Arguing that peace could only be established through a single federal state, Iran voted against the partition plan when it was adopted by the UN General Assembly. In spring of 1948, 30,000 Iranians in Tehran gathered to protest against the establishment of Israel. But on the 14th of May 1948, on the day the last British forces left from Haifa, a city in Israel, the Jewish People's Council gathered at the Tel Aviv Museum and proclaimed the establishment of a Jewish state in Eretz Israel, to be known as the State of Israel. After the establishment of the State of Israel in May 1948, Israel and Iran maintained close ties. Iran was the second Muslim-majority country to recognize Israel as a sovereign state. Israel viewed Iran as a natural ally, as a non-Arab power on the edge of the Arab world. But following the 1979 Iranian Revolution, the ties between Iran and Israel began to spiral down. The revolution led to the fall of the imperial state of Iran, headed by a monarchical government of Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, and rise of Islamic Republic of Iran headed by Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, who was the leader of a rebel faction. The new government ruled Iran with an iron fist, implementing the Islamic views on the society, rejecting any form of Western influence, and eliminating pro-Western intellects. And in the same year, Iran broke all diplomatic and commercial ties with Israel. The government argued that it does not recognize the legitimacy of Israel as a state and is just a puppet to the Western world. The time between the 1980s to 1990s saw Israel adapting a more aggressive and hostile posture towards defense. This was a result of many external factors, one that shaped the ongoing war. The 80s and the 90s saw the rise of many Islamist groups with an anti-Israel policy such as Hezbollah, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, Hamas, and the Houthi movement. The groups funded by Iran carried out many terrorist attacks on Israel. This followed by Iran's development of nuclear technology and other neighboring countries intending to attack Israel only gave fuel to the igniting Israeli paranoia. Soon Iran's stance on Israel became clear during the 1982 Israel's occupation in Lebanon. During 1982, Israel was caught in the middle of numerous terrorist attacks conducted by Shiite militants, and in response, Israel invaded South Lebanon. Israel faced a resistance from the newly formed Hezbollah. Iran supplied the Hezbollah with substantial amounts of financial, training, weapons, explosives, political, diplomatic, and organizational aid, while persuading Hezbollah to take action against Israel. According to reports released in February 2010, Hezbollah received $400 million from Iran. But in 1985, Israel occupied South Lebanon until 2000. Between 2000 to 2022, Israel and Iran went head-to-head in numerous proxy conflicts and sabotage. In 2010, a wave of assassinations targeting Iranian nuclear scientists began. The assassinations were widely believed to be the work of Mossad, Israel's foreign intelligence service. On the 15th of March 2011, Israel seized a ship from Syria bringing Iranian weapons to Gaza. In addition, the Mossad was also suspected of being responsible for an explosion that reportedly damaged the nuclear facility at Isfahan. On the 13th of February 2012, Israeli embassy staff in Georgia and India were targeted. In Georgia, a car bomb failed to explode near the embassy and was safely detonated by Georgian police. In India, the car bomb exploded, injuring 4 people. Amongst the wounded was the wife of an Israeli Defense Ministry employee. Israel accused Iran of being behind the attacks. But in 2024, the Iran-Israel proxy conflict escalated to a series of direct confrontations between the two countries. Tensions increased after the 31st of July assassination of Ismail Haniyeh, the political leader of Hamas, in Tehran. The killing of Haniyeh occurred a few hours after the 2024 Haret Harik airstrike that assassinated Hezbollah commander Fuad Shukr. Iran and Hezbollah pledged retaliation. On the 1st of October 2024, Iran launched a series of missiles at Israel. Since then, series of attacks has been carried out from Israel and Iran against each other.